There are a lot of different weapons, pitches that pitchers use to try and get hitters out, and they're constantly evolving to get even better. We're back with Caleb Baragar now at FSI Field, and he's going to show us a little bit about the slider that he's been working on throughout the course of this season. Caleb, you already had the fastball, you had the curveball, you had the changeup. Why have you added a slider this year?
I wanted to give hitters a little extra to think about and help my arsenal a little bit.
How did that conversation go with pitching coach Glenn Dishman when you were trying to figure out, all right, what else do I need?
It was more of a, hey, we got an email from up top today saying we need to add a slider to your arsenal and we think it'll help.
Caleb, there are a lot of different ways to throw pitches. Pitchers have all different kinds of different grips to get the same types of pitch. How many different types of grips did you go through before you found something that was comfortable and got the type of movement that you wanted to see?
I went through about 5 different grips. It was a big experimental process, a lot of bullpens, and then it even ended up being a couple different games where I was throwing multiple different slider grips during the game on the same type of pitch. So we started with just kind of the normal, like, hey, this is what we're going to try. Just grab it kind of right here and just throw it as hard as you can. Don't touch any of the seams, just kind of pull down on my middle finger here. And that one was okay, but I had absolutely no control over it, and I pretty much could only throw it in the dirt. So it was good for a strikeout pitch, but it didn't really help me, I guess, get swings and misses in the zone. You know, if they weren't going to swing, then it was going to be a ball. Then we went to the second one, which I got from Connor Menez, because I saw his slider was really good this year, like throwing it really hard, got into the big leagues.
Right.
So I was like, why not try to see what this guy does? So he grabs his right here, up around the horseshoe, squeezes it a little bit tighter. That was the main thing with him. He said kind of grip it tightly and then make sure you're really pulling down off the index finger again. So I started to see everyone was kind of throwing it off their index finger. So then it was just kind of like what's going to be comfortable in my hand and what's going to let me get it out front and pull down correctly. So I went through some more, started kind of offsetting the horseshoe a little bit. This one was okay, but it's just kind of spinny. I didn't really see the sharp depth that I wanted. And that's when I finally landed kind of throwing it just like a 4-seam fastball, like spreading my fingers out a little bit. And basically this one, when I hold it this way, I just throw it like an actual fastball, and it just seems to come off really nice. Like it'll spin kind of like a cement mixer, I guess, if for lack of better words.
Right.
You know, and then I get a nice little like drop about that big and just enough to miss a barrel.
Seems like a pretty unconventional slider grip.
Yeah, it was just a lot of experimenting, and the only thing I really felt comfortable with. You know, I looked up some guys, like I saw how Scherzer held his. He holds his like Menez, and Chris Sale holds his like the way I tried to throw it in the beginning. And I couldn't really find anybody that I liked, and couldn't really find a grip that I really trusted. And for me, it was really just bringing my fingers apart and thinking fastball the whole time. It ended up just working out really well.
So you're taking some grips from guys that you've seen have success. You're also learning about how that pitch is supposed to work from pitching coach Glenn Dishman. And you got to build trust with that in the bullpen and then in the game. So what exactly are you trying to do to hitters when you use that pitch?
Right now, I like to use it more just with 2 strikes, you know, get a swing and miss. I'm still not super comfortable throwing it for a strike. Every now and then, like a catcher will put down a 3, so I'll be like, all right, if I only have 1 strike like this one, I just don't throw it as hard. If I don't throw it as hard, I can kind of get it to just stay up in the zone a little bit, but that's sometimes when it gets hit, it just kind of spins, it doesn't move as much. And for me, it's just really been like, this is a pitch I can throw with complete intent and throw it as hard as I can and normally get a good result with.
What have you found so far have been some of the challenges of trying to learn a new pitch in the middle of a season?
It's more frustrating than I expected it to be, for sure. Like I said, there was a lot of trial and error. I remember my start in Trenton, I threw 4 different slider grips that day. And
Wow.
That's kind of when I found this one, like just messing around literally during the game. I was like, well, what if this doesn't feel very good if I put my fingers together? But then what if I just spread them out? Like maybe it'll help, maybe it'll be better. And I remember I threw one just like this, got a strikeout on it, and got back to the dugout, and Dishman was like, hey, that was like the best slider you've thrown since you've been here. Like, what'd you do? I was like, honestly, I just spread my fingers apart and threw it really hard. And it worked.
Well,
So
you found a slider that works. It's been working for you. I don't know about you, Trey. I can't hit a fastball, let alone a slider.
Yeah, I don't know if I could hit any of it. But Caleb, thanks so much.